Project X and USG Entertainment presents Rhyme and Reason, the reason behind the rhymes.
Yo, we're back with another episode of Rhyme and Reason, where we break down bars from past and present artists and find out the meaning behind their rhymes and get a perspective from young people and an English language specialist to what they think the reason is behind the rhymes. Today's episode 21, we have Maverick Sabre.
Thank you all again for joining us. Episode 21. So Maverick Sabre is our artist from his track Turn Back. The bar is, I've been living this daily with no peace, no daydreams to save me. Get high because I want to survive. I wish I could turn back the hands of time. Hear a little snippet now.
I've been living this daily with no peace, no daydreams to save me. Get high cause I want to survive. Wish I could turn back the hands of time. Living this daily with no peace, no daydreams to save me. Get high cause I want to survive. Wish I could turn back the hands of time.
Really one of my favorite songs. So what I get from this, right, it's just like, what can I do? What can I do? I really want to go back, but if I go back, there's still a lot of like dead skeletons in the closet. And it's just like I personally feel like he's lost, not needs help, but like he needs some sort of hope in order to move forward.
I agree, like where he's saying I've been living daily with no peace, all of that, yeah. It's literally like, yeah, because, you know, they don't talk about it. They don't talk about their feelings, and like whatever he's been going through, like whether it's on the streets, whether it's home life, or whether it's, he genuinely isn't like coping, because where he's saying I get high because I want to survive, that kind of goes back to the last one we did. Like I was talking about how boys don't talk about their feelings that well, and I was saying how they revert then to smoking or whatever to cope. Do you know what I mean? Literally, it just turns into a cycle, and how he then is using substances to survive. Like that is no way to live. Do you know what I mean? Like relying on something to live is not how you should. You should only rely on yourself and yourself only. Do you know what I mean? So where he's saying I get high, I want to survive, and he wishes he could like he knows it's not right. It's not like he's oblivious to it. Like he knows what he's doing isn't good. Like he knows that relying on substances to like get by, he knows it's not right. But where he's saying like he wish he could turn back the hands of time, is like he might be sitting there really doubting himself because he knows it's wrong. So he could literally be sitting there so depressed about it, because that is something that will haunt you, like knowing that you had the power in your hands to change something, but because you're addicted to something just so you can get by, nothing will change. It's just going to be a complete loop, and that will literally drive someone mental. Like, do you know what I mean? Being in that little loop of just smoking just so you can get up. Do you know what I mean? It will just drive you mad. So, and where he's saying I've been living with this daily with no peace, it's like he himself knows that, yeah, cool, substances are getting him up and living, but he knows it's not a life. Do you know what I mean? You can live and breathe, but it's not a life. Yeah. So yeah, like he knows it's not right, but that he's got nothing else. He's got no choice. You know what I mean?
Obviously, I see it. I've been living this life daily with no peace. Obviously, every day it's the same day for me. I can't lie. I'm in the same area. I'm doing the same stuff with the same people, and after a while, it gets very depressing. I can't lie. Because there's no changes in life. And obviously, no daydreams to save me. Get high because I want to survive. Obviously, well, I understand what he's saying about get high because I want to survive. Obviously, I ain't gonna lie, when I ain't smoking, life is very grey and it's boring for me. Like, I don't know what to do, but obviously when I smoke, I feel a little bit happy. And it's not good that I'm saying I rely on this substance. It never should be good, but it's just like I don't think I can move capable without it, because I've been doing it for so long. Obviously, he's saying he wish he could turn back time. I wish I could turn back time too. In smoking, I've been doing the same stuff for a lot of time. This stuff just gets boring.
Also, what's really interesting is that he says about that no daydreams to save me. So he hasn't got any aspirations, you know. He hasn't got the support, no dreams, no support to say, actually, there is a different life. You can do something different. And it's the support, you know, some other people need to come and, I mean, yes, you can do it yourself, but also it's helpful with some support.
With having about like someone to kind of lean on a little bit, especially
to help.
Especially because like when you're in that cycle, like you were saying, it is very hard to get out of it. So you are going to need that support. And another thing I got from that, where he was talking, no daydreams to save me, is like when you daydream or you just dream in general, that is kind of how you escape reality. You just make your own reality. Do you know what I mean? Like, and obviously sometimes they're not great dreams, but sometimes you get them proper creative, random, and it proper like gets you in a good mood because you're like, oh wait, do you know what I mean? So where he's saying no daydreams can save him, it's like even that tiny little source of happiness that you can make yourself, it's not working. Do you know what I mean? So he's literally like a lost cause.
Still sad and depressing. Like, can't think of nothing happy.
Which is it's sad, like, because that's literally like my favorite bit about sleeping is dreaming, because that's like so exciting. You have this whole alternating reality in your own self. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that he's saying he can't even use that as an outlet, that is just, it kind of says how much he's suffering.
Because we all have that, don't we?
Yeah, like we all have the
I'll
ability.
write something, or maybe it'll be famous, or maybe it'll get published, or maybe, you know, and when you haven't got that, it's much harder.
We all have the ability to, but he's so like broken. He doesn't have that.
Exactly, because that's how we explore our mind in how we are going to evolve and our future. So like, say like we're going to a new year of school, or to uni, or to a new job, or to even just our job daily. You want to just sit and daydream about how it's going to go, what you're going to do, what you're going to accomplish. And that kind of gives us that motivation to keep going. So having no peace and no daydreams, like for me, peace and daydreams, like one of the biggest things in life, that are free as well and that are just for you. But yeah, when you don't have that, it's very, very hard.
And also dreaming, like dreaming is basically an exaggerated version of what you're thinking constantly. So like, you know how like there's like sleep
paralysis.
Yeah, like that. It's literally an exaggerated version of what your inside is. So if your heart's feeling like you want to eat fish and chips today, you're going to have something in your dream that's going to relate to it, because that's just how dreams work.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's got... Yeah, like it's your subconscious, isn't it? So the fact that nothing in his life is going to make him have a happy daydream kind of says, there's nothing in his life happy. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing. And it's literally, he's just empty, like, and all he's got is his substances to get by. It's so sad.
With the I've been living this daily with no peace, it's like he's living and that's the only thing he's doing. Like there's nothing else to
There's
it.
no
He's just
no goals,
going ahead every single day. He's living, he's all right, but there's nothing else. There's no peace. There's no dreams. It's like he's being tormented, and you know, like there's no sign of hope. Like he said, there's no sign of hope.
No ambitions, nothing.
Because sometimes when you get dreams, you get the most randomest dreams. Like once I've had a dream where I faced one of my fears, and it's just like I'd never do that. So what's going on? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Battling your phobia.
Yeah, and it's just like he's got nothing to say. You can actually really do this, or you can actually really do that. It's like his mindset is on lock. Like there's no good happy thoughts. There's no nothing. He's just living.
It's just like over time, after doing all the same stuff every day, like your goals, the goals you were trying to achieve, just go in the wind. Because you ain't focused on that no more.
Literally, like where you were saying how like you do the same things daily, like repeated. It's like even the tiniest thing, like brushing your teeth, becomes a chore. And it's like no one wants to do chores. Like so, like just those tiny things, like even getting up, like making your bed, putting clothes on, doing this and that, showering. Those little things become such a chore to the point where you don't want to do it, which obviously leads to your depression.
Yeah.
And it's just that's what happens to so many people, and that it's really really sad, because it's so hard to get out of that. And it's like, where you're so empty and you have no support, it's like, how are you physically going to do this on your own? Do you know what I mean? Because he sounds just very lonely. Do you know what I mean? Like he's got no one.
He's also, where he says he has no peace and no daydreams, and he gets high because he wants to survive. I feel like that's the only thing that gives him some sort of feeling, or some sort of adrenaline, or some sort of outlet, or some sort of... It's a feeling that he likes. Clearly, it's a feeling that he likes, because he's doing that to survive in order to keep sane or keep going and keep living. But without dreams and without peace, it's just like it's never gonna get to that. You need some sort of peace, you need some sort of outlet other than using substance, because substance won't be there forever. And there's gonna be a point where what happens when you stop living and you stop earning money, and you can't afford to do all the, like, what's next? Do you get what I mean?
Sometimes substances can be a bit of a trick, right? So it tricks your mind and your body to thinking that, it's really helping me, like this is really good, like and then it's blocking other things that your body should be naturally doing. And then that's the problem. So when you're not high anymore, or you're not offered the feeling from the substance, I feel extremely down and stuff because of the synthetic sort of
like
synthetic
instead
of getting that from your
It's
your own
honestly like
mental.
he sounds like his life is on permanent like writer's block. Do you know what I mean? Like if you write, so basically writer's block, you just can't write. You got no creativity in you, and it's like his whole life is just there. It's stuck. Like he's got no outlet at all. It's just that's peak because we've had writer's block. Like it's horrible. Like especially because we're creative, we're artists, and it's so hard. Like not being able to sit there and do what you love doing, and that's literally what he's kind of doing. Like he's got no way to kind of get out of that.
Because even such stuff like writer's block and that is another trick to make you think, I'm not good enough anymore. I'm not reaching my potential. Instead of just like, I've had a bad day or something's blocking my mind because something's going on at home with my family or at school or at work or whatever, you know. So see, these are all things you have to battle daily to get through it in order to keep.
And imagine
on that
he's
path.
doing all of this by himself. Like we can sit here and support each other. He's got no one. Do you know what I mean? That's
and the last part of the bar where it says, wish I could turn back the hands of time, it's like he's saying, if I could go back and know that getting high was what I needed to survive, I probably wouldn't have done it in the first place. I probably would have never stepped in that position, because now he's just living with like no emotion, no nothing. He's numb, because when you're on substance and stuff like that, it's just like, I'll feel good for an hour, 2 hours, fall asleep and I'm still feeling good. But the minute you're up, it's just like there's nothing, and you keep doing the same thing over and over again. So I understand how he's saying like, I need this to survive, because if I don't have that tiny piece of happiness, what am I gonna be, or what am I gonna do? Because this is the only thing that's helping me right now.
Literally, like, and he's like, you can only imagine the guilt that he feels like you said, like, imagine years ago, before he started smoking, he would have sat there, like, you would never think, oh, in like 5 years time, I'm going to be relying on, let's say weed, I'll be relying on weed to live. You would never think that. And then it'll make the guilt, he'll feel like, oh, maybe I should have taken this job so that I would have been doing something, or maybe I should have taken this income, or maybe I should have done this and this. Like, that guilt will eat you up so bad, like, because I've had that before, and it's really bad. Like, it's really, really bad.
If I could go back, do my GCSEs, be good in school, be good and just do good in lessons, like not be where I'm at today, I would 100% do that.
100%, yeah, and that's from our very own young people and their amazing perspective. Yeah.
Oh, I feel like Rhyme and Reason has turned into therapy sessions. But it's all good though, because like this is the type of thing that we need. We need to find stuff that young people can connect with, and then have these conversations that they will never usually have. Because this is like something they're familiar with, but at the same time, like you said, we're getting to the roots of certain things, certain issues.
Do you know what? A very, very special thank you to all, especially Joe and all you young people, honestly, for being here in person while we all sit around our podcast desk and discuss these lyrics and issues and just general life and issues. And so thank you all.
Signing out, Rhyme and Reason, episode 21. Season 1 done. We'll see you back on season 2.
See you next time.
I've been living this daily with no peace, no daydreams to save me. Get high cause I want to survive. Wish I could turn back the hands of time. Living this daily with no peace, no daydreams to save me. Get high cause I want to survive. Wish I could turn back the hands of time.
Rhyme and Reason, the reason behind the rhymes.